Peace, family. Brother Dawa here. One more time. Um, uh, Usually, StreamYard has been putting my videos up. Before I get ready to do a video, when I finish creating the video, I want to add it to my YouTube page. They go right ahead and do that. Lately, they haven't been doing that. And I kind of don't understand. Well, I do understand a little bit why. But it seems like it's always something with these pale-face networks. You just can't come on and speak your piece. I got to give me a website. Nah, ain't nobody in the chat. I'm gonna play a little music while people come on. I know there's some people out there that got the notifications, even though StreamYard ain't really sharing them like they did before. So it's one of my songs. Let me get this right. I keep forgetting to share the audio. Anyway, family, here's one of my songs to get us moving in the right direction. This is called Is Anybody Listening? I did this song back in 09.
Is anybody listening? I wonder, can you hear me? A voice in the wilderness. I wonder, can you see me? Trouble is on the land. Every man against every man. Sister, I wonder, can you stand? Come here and take my hand. Grab the babies and get my gun. On the street is on its own. Sober real quick. Put down that glass stick. No more puffing on your cigarettes. Get ready for politics. Is anybody listening? I wonder, can you hear me? This voice in the wilderness.
Love, peace, and soul, Nino Brown.
I wonder, can you see?
I recorded that in Chicago, Illinois. Yahweh Studio.
Some are here and others are gone. Concentration camps down, down. Hush, be quiet, don't say a word.
Brothers, hold on to your sisters. Brothers and sisters, hold on to your babies. We're gonna be alright. I know it don't look good right now, but put your hand in the hand of the Most High. That way you can't lose. Keep on pressing on. Keep on pressing on. Keep on pressing on.
I'm glad you like that, Nino Brown. I'm selling my music. I'm trying to put my cash app up now, but you're giving me a hard time. Or they hate for me to make anything. Hope y'all enjoyed that song. All right, now celebrated 20 years of marriage with 3 beautiful children. Power to the black family. All right, now y'all put some ones up for my brother. In support of my brother. Ones for excellence, brother. Yes, indeed. Excellent, brother. My one up for you, brother. Put some ones in the chat for my brother that just celebrated 20 years of marriage. That's a wonderful thing, family. I'm gonna share one more song and let y'all come on in. This one here is for all the sisters out there with natural hair. I call this Natural Black Sister. Hope you sisters like it. Letting you know I am pushing the music indeed. I am a musician. I'm selling my music, got a whole collection of music I did years ago, and I'm just about ready to, not just about, but I'm ready to put it out. Here is Natural Black Sister. It's all original music, all live guitars, drums.
She's so natural. She's so beautiful. She's so
Kind of a Curtis Mayfield feel too. All set up.
So spiritual. Sister, embrace the joy of your natural self. Don't you try to be somebody else. No. You're so natural, just the way that you are. Look at her go. She's so natural. Natural sister always steals the show. She get out of her way. Let her strut her stuff.
The book is 20. The book is $15, brothers. Hit the cash out. That's all you got to do.
She's so tough. Spiritual. If she was mine, I would treat her so right. She wouldn't want for nothing. Our thing would be so tight. Look at her go. Man, she's so natural. Natural black sister. Always steal the show. She don't wear
That's
no
the cash
wig.
out. Nino Brown, you throw 15 in there. I have your book coming out Monday. Tomorrow.
With her natural beauty, she brings the world to dreams.
No, it's only on Reverb Nation, but they don't pay me my money, bro. So you want my music, you get it from me. Direct. CDs. I got a whole collection. I got several different ways you can get it. You want the whole collection? Drop 25 in the cash app. You get over 40 plus songs. You want this album? What? You want this one? This one is on 5. A CD with 5 songs. Just give me $10. 5 for the songs, 5 shipping now. Just let me know you want some music, and I know. Just give me them 2 prices. 10 if you want this particular song. So they got 5 tracks on. You want the whole collection? Over 40, $25. That's all I'm asking. You have everything I've done.
Sister, you're so natural, so beautiful, so wonderful, so spiritual.
All right. That's my music. One thing about it, you ain't got to worry about no industry executives, Jews having influence in it. Ain't been no witchcraft and rituals done on my music before it was sent out or put out or stamped into a CD. I haven't sold my soul to nobody. I'm independent. I was offered millions of dollars, but I didn't take it. No lie. Offered millions, but I wasn't finna get in my talent. No, and I don't want to bend over. I'm not a bent over boy, so that wasn't gonna work over here. So all my music is done with no homosexual energy on it. My music is done with the energy of loving, adoring, and wanting to uplift my people only. That's what my music is about. I wrote all the lyrics, they're all mine, all original. Everything is copyrighted. So you want music that doesn't have a homosexual influence to it. You know a lot of you all know my reputation. You know I'm not into that. I'm into pushing what the brother said, 20 years of marriage with a sister and children. I'm here pushing the brother, the sister, like I always say at the end of my shows. Brother man, get you a sister, sister get you a brother, drop the other, both of you. That's what I've been pushing through my music, through my shows, and anything else I do. So if you want that music, just let me know. I'll be sending out CDs tomorrow if you want it. It's on CD right now. I'm going to push up to get to the point where I put it on the IUSB, but it's going to take a little more cash for that. You know what I'm saying? So here come this clown. Yeah, okay. I really don't care what anybody has to say. Like this fool Sat 12 is back again. Anyway, my music ain't for white supremacist clowns like Sat 12. They always gonna have something negative to say. They don't even understand our music no way, but always want to be around in our face. Anyway, family, so here we go. All right, now you've been telling your children, oh wow, ever since you heard that. I do appreciate that. That's Eddie Kendrick style, Sat 12. Learn something. Instead of hanging around in our circles trying to insult us. Stupid. Eddie Kendrick, Curtis Mayfield, that type of feel. You wouldn't understand because we can do that. So we can sing in a high-pitched voice and still be a masculine man. You feel me? White boys been trying to do it forever. Look at what's that band called? The Average White Band. That's what they do. Trying to copy off us. But anyway, family, let's get into the show. Shall we? Like and share this video. Like I said earlier, I usually have StreamYard putting my videos up before I get ready to do them. Once I create a video, they usually take it and put it up and add it to the other videos. But lately, since I've been going in real hard on these pale faces, I see that they ain't doing that. I even went on YouTube and tried to upload it myself, directly to YouTube. They wouldn't show it either. So that's why people don't get a chance to get notifications. People don't know I'm gonna be coming on. So, but I'm still fighting the beast. I'm gonna have to get a website. That's just all it is to it. Straight up. Now, Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels is not lying with a lot of what he's saying. Yet his show is centered around allowing women to call in and tell on themselves. So you really can't say he's lying. I can't say he's lying. Some of the things he may say in reference to statistics may not all be true, but I haven't studied the statistics, so I really don't know. And sometimes statistics are lies anyway, because they're not taken properly. Statistics can be manipulated by pale faces at all times. But yeah, I may start podcasting. That's a good thing. I've been asked about that before. I may start doing that. But Kevin, again, allows sisters to call into his show and tell on themselves. It's not like he's making them call in and say anything. But what I've learned, what I've seen as I sat back and observed, is that the climate that we're living in right now. We're living in a climate where an effeminate man gets the attention of plenty of our women. Same as Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor is effeminate as hell. Tommy Sotomayor then talked about men, how good they look and how he would suck a penis or he would, all kind of nonsense. He's very feminine, Tamika Sotomayor, but he draw the attention of so many sisters. And then he showed them in their nonsense, making this show easy. It's the climate of effeminate men that make people like Kevin Samuels rise to the top. I saw a video with Kevin Samuels. I couldn't find it. I've been looking for it to put it on the show, but I couldn't find it. If you all can find it, maybe you can put it in the chat. But I saw a video where Kevin Samuels was talking, and he was telling brothers to wash their nuts. But in the video, he said, take this finger right here and all the way down to the first knuckle and put some soap on it and stick it up in your butt, twirl it around a little bit, not too far though, when you're washing your behind. Now, any man telling a man to stick his own finger in his butt is telling him to violate his damn self, and that's gay as hell. So, I mean, this is before he got big, because you see, these YouTubers that get big, get huge channels, millions of subscribers, YouTube allows that. They allow that. You don't get 1 million subscribers if YouTube doesn't allow you to. See, they won't delete you if your cause is their cause. But they will delete you if your cause goes against them. So Kevin is not going against the establishment. He's done played his little role, doing his little goofy videos in the beginning so he could get to where he is now. And again, he sits there and allows sisters to call in and give their narrative on how they feel about themselves, about marriage, about men, children, finances, all of that. And they tie themselves up all the time on the show. He's found an amazing niche. Just sit there and let the woman confess her trains of thought, which are really unrealistic in most cases. So again, I'm not going to say the man is lying. I'm saying it's a shame that we have to deal with effeminate men and go to them to get information. The strong, straight, masculine man, and whom we never had to question their sexuality, that man has been pushed on the back burner. It's these brothers out here in the forefront that swirl with them pale-faced K women that get pushed up on YouTube. Yeah, that's how it works. Because YouTube was set up to be the new TV. And on TV, they always control the narrative. So on YouTube, they want to control the narrative as well. So again, that's why Kevin Samuels is important. We've been living through the era of Tyler Perry and Medea Plays. So many sisters love Tyler Perry. So many sisters gravitate toward Tyler Perry. They'll do anything he say. So many sisters line up to be actresses on Tyler Perry's movies, in his plays, and everything. Because he's an effeminate man. He's not a masculine man. And I guess he doesn't pose a threat or something, or whatever sisters be saying. So many sisters have gay friends that they hang out with. They don't see nothing wrong with it. So many sisters love Shanae, Wanda, Big Mama's House, Eddie Murphy acting like women. They don't mind seeing a man in a dress and high heels. They haven't come out in great groups, in great numbers, and fought against the effeminization of men. So the universe has given you a Kevin Samuels. Since you loved Empire so much and Lee Daniels and all these gumps and these sissified men. Since you've liked that, since you've loved that, the universe is just giving you what you want. You want an effeminate man to talk to you. You don't want to sit down and talk to a real masculine man and let him check you. You want to be checked by a soft man, somebody you really do feel you can challenge, even though you don't even have enough to challenge the weak homo. You don't have enough to challenge the man that's an undercover sissy. It's a shame. It's sad to watch. But that's what the universe gave you. Because that's what you've been after for so long. That's the energy you put out there in the universe. That the sisters have put an energy out here as a whole that they don't mind a sissified brother. They don't mind a man they can turn around and say, you gay, you gay, you gay, you gay, too. They don't mind that type of stuff. They have not fought for masculinity to be on the television. They have not fought against men with dresses on the TV. They've taken their sons to watch Tyler Perry's plays. They've taken their sons to watch Big Mama's House 1, 2, 3. Eddie Murphy dressed up like a woman, Nutty Professor, and they had Hercules. Some of their favorite parts they've enjoyed over a couple of decades of the effeminization of brothers all over the television. So again, this is why you have to now go and talk to a man named Kevin Samuels. And this is what he's doing. Check this out. Now, I want y'all to tell me, maybe this is a song he doing or something. But he was talking about fraternities here. And I found it quite interesting. Because I'm not with no fraternities. A lot of them fraternity cats are sissies. You know what I'm saying? So.
One of the best things I ever did in my life. Paul Kane. That's right.
I want you to watch
Paul
his
Kane.
mannerisms. Tell me, is he singing a song here?
Lost Founder. It's funny when Paul Kane, they're like, it's fine. I'm one of them black folks that everybody, I look like
You'll
everybody.
get to it in a second.
You look like Ricky Smiley, you look like Tracy McGrady, you look like Babyface in the 90s, you look like this guy, you look like this guy. You look like the guy who used to Christophe St. Jean, Young and the Restless. You're like Paul Kane. There were a couple pictures of Paul Kane. I was like, I do kind of favor this dude. The craziest one I ever got though. I mean, I actually heard people tell me I look like Michael Jackson. When I was young, I did. Like a young Michael Jackson, the black one. Yeah, it was true. Rodney Allen Rippy. Yeah. But the craziest shit, I actually had somebody tell me I look like Prince. I'm like, Prince?
Hell, you always got to get in.
You're going too far now. I'm pretty on my left. I'm pretty
this
on
right
my
here.
right. I'm so damn pretty, I can't sleep at night. I'm pretty on my right side.
Is this a song?
On my left. I'm so damn pretty, I can't stand myself. Ow, ow, ow. Well,
is that some Capitol stuff? Or was that a song?
12. Can you say yo baby, yo baby, yo?
Let me do that again.
Yo baby, yo baby, yo baby, yo baby. In my life, Paul Kane. That's right.
Paul is Kane. That a song, family? Mm-hmm. Or is that some Capitol?
It's funny when Paul Kane.
Gay stuff.
Like, it's fine.
The Capitals think they're pretty anyway.
I look like everybody for some reason. You look like Ricky Smiley. You look like Tracy McGrady. You look like Babyface in the 90s. You look like this guy. You look like this guy. You look like the guy.
Yeah, he's
Christophe St. Jean, Young and the Restless.
The Kappa Alpha like fraternity song. Okay, there it is.
A couple pictures of Paul Kane. I was like,
they think they're pretty anyway.
The craziest one I ever got though. I mean, I actually heard people tell me I look like Michael Jackson. When I was young, I did.
They had them when I was in high school. I never liked them then.
Rodney
Too
Allen, maybe, yeah.
sissified
But the
for me.
crazy shit, I actually had somebody tell me I look like Prince. I'm like, Prince? It's just, you going too far now. I'm pretty on my left. I'm pretty on my right. I'm so damn pretty, I can't sleep at night.
A
I'm pretty
man
on
calling
my right
himself
side
pretty.
like I'm pretty on my left.
See, that's
I'm so
effeminate.
damn pretty, I can't stand myself. Ow, ow, ow. Well, well, well. Noob slang 12. Can you say yo baby, yo baby, yo baby, yo baby, yo baby, yo baby, yo?
Now, you know damn well that's feminine as hell. I remember in high school, I went to Benton Harbor High School in Benton Harbor, Michigan. And we had the Kappa League. You know, I was observing the Kappa League's ways. And I noticed that most of the dudes that was joining the Kappas was never really my type to hang around. I didn't understand it then that it was a lack of masculinity that I saw, that I didn't like. And the fact that the instructor was a former cheerleader, just like Kevin Samuels, former cheerleader. Matter of fact, he was the leader of the cheerleading squad and rumored to be a homosexual. And the rumors really just ain't rumors. Been found caught, what had been caught in homosexual acts. Yet these brothers, young brothers in high school, were still becoming Kappas. I don't get that, but that's what was happening. And the Kappas always thought they were pretty. I remember one, he's dead now. I was in school. This is before we got to high school. We were in 8th grade. And I remember I was in the bathroom. And this brother came in the bathroom, looked at himself in the mirror, and said, I'm so fine. I'm so pretty. I don't even need no woman. And I looked at him out the corner of my eye like, what the hell is he talking about? 8th grade now. We got to high school. He became a Kappa. He died very pretty too. Yeah. Roland Smith knows exactly who I'm talking about. Them damn Kappas and them fraternities, boy, they some effeminate cats. I'm gonna talk about fraternities probably in a whole other show another time. But I'm focusing in on Kevin. Let's go to another video. I'm gonna share another video with y'all.
Well, you touched on the whole gay rumor thing, and there's a video where
This is
you were
on Vlad TV,
and it somehow kind of cut to a scene of a man. There's a man sleeping in bed, and then it cut back, and I don't know. It just doesn't really make sense to me at all. So maybe you could explain that video and kind of clear it all up.
Okay. But before I do that, I'm going to just say, I said this the other day. And what problem do these people have with somebody being gay? I mean, I've said it last night. The LGBTQ community, y'all are on the clock because the sheer amount of gay bashing, gay innuendos, gay slurs, hate speech against gays. Why is that allowed to persist? Why is that allowed to persist against me? If you want to say that I'm gay, then
you heard him talking about hate speech against gays. That's gay man talk. That's a man who doesn't have a stance against homosexual men. I give a man that don't have a strong stance against homosexual men, I give them a side eye. Because let's tell the truth, the only men that are molesting boys are gay men. So how the hell can you be a straight man and not look straight into the eye of a homosexual and let them know there's no way we can have an alliance? How can there be an alliance between the straight man and the gay man when the gay man is looking at the straight man because he wants to conquer the straight man? It's nothing for a gay man to conquer and lay down with some sissy, some little effeminate soft fella. They want a straight man. Then they'll say, well, I laid down with a straight man. No, once you lay with a man and you a man, you ain't straight no damn more. And again, these homosexual men, they harbor a whole lot of molesters among their group. So again, how can you as a straight man say something about some damn hate speech toward gays? How could you mention gay bashing like you a sissy your damn self? It's what I mean when I say it's a shame that we're dealing with a Kevin Samuels today. But this is the energy that sisters have brought forth. This is what they want. They have sat down and listened to homosexual men talk and speak all over the television for decades, and they like that. They enjoy it. So the universe gave you a Kevin Samuels, but he's sitting up here talking about gay bashing because somebody called him gay, well, putting the gay community on blast. Don't y'all? He want them to come to his rescue. Don't no straight man need no damn homosexual to come to his rescue. What can they do when they come to your damn rescue? They come to your rescue for what? I've been being called gay because I wrote this book. The definition of a broke ass. I've been called gay for years for writing the book. Men have been, what you worried about what other men doing for in their bedroom? That's gay. Well, I've been hearing that crap for years from weak men who not going to say a damn thing to the authorities, to the establishment, to these sissified homos, pale-faced, wealthy demons. They won't confront them. Because I guess a lot of these cats really just don't mind getting their knob polished by a man. I mean, there's so much gay energy on the planet now. And among us, it's just ridiculous. Let me go ahead on and play that again, though, for you all.
Explain that video and kind of clear it all up.
Okay. But before I do that, I'm going to just say, I said this the other day. And what problem do these people have with somebody being gay? I mean, I've said it last night. The LGBTQ community, y'all are on the.
Listen to that. Straight men don't ask that question. What is the problem? He said, what's the problem with a man being gay? Now, he's asked in this here clip about the man that was seen in his own video laying in the bed. That's what that devil, vampire, sissified Vlad Dracula is asking him a question about. And his first response is, well, what's the problem? What are the problems? These people have a problem with somebody being gay. Other than the flat out, he's saying he don't have a problem with it. He doesn't have a stance against it. Therefore, you with sodomites. Any man that's pushing sodomites and sodomy will never be the savior of the people. It's going to take strong, straight, masculine men that do not believe in homosexuality. Because again, the only man molesting boys is a homosexual. And the straight men are supposed to be the ones breaking their foot off in these molesters' asses. Flat out. So let's continue with Kevin speaking.
The clock, because the sheer amount of gay bashing, gay innuendos, gay slurs, hate speech against gays, why is that allowed to persist? Why is that allowed to persist against me? If you want to say that I'm gay, then is that not out of bounds? Is that not a protected group?
Wow.
So the people who keep saying these things, I'm asking, where's the LGBTQ community in this whole thing? Or is it okay when it's a heterosexual man and it's being used?
Again, how the hell are you straight and you trying to call upon the LGBT community to come to your rescue, claiming you're a heterosexual man? I never ever in my life knew a heterosexual man or a straight man that called on the LGBT community to prove himself, to prove him, to validate him. No, that's what men do when they are that way they damn self. That's what I'm saying. The culture that we're living in is a culture where the effeminate man is in front of the microphone now. Like the chocolate covered pale face. That's all these cats are. Chocolate covered pale faces. The pale faced man is the most effeminate man on the planet, and he's found a way now to effeminize so many of us that we just like him now. We sit up just as feminine and sweet and as sugary, well, sour really, not sweet, as him. And we giving advice just like he been doing. Dr. Phil Donahue was a sissy. He had his own talk show. He was a gump. Pale faces loved him though. We have become chocolate covered pale faced men. Basically. Let's let Kevin keep talking.
Used as a gay slur. So you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. So you're gonna have to pick. So by them writing that article, by them doing all this other kind of stuff, they've injected something else. They did the same thing to Kwame Brown yesterday. Kwame Brown was liked by certain people, but then all of a sudden something didn't happen the way they wanted to, and all of a sudden start throwing gay stuff at him. This happens too often to Black men. The destruction of the Black male image because you're saying something that they don't like. We're going to minimize you. We're going to disparage you. We're going to discredit you. We're going to try to humiliate you, and we're going to try to humiliate you by calling you gay. I've addressed this countless times, but then you can have a show where I have a Zoom line where you can click on Zoom. And if you've ever been on a Zoom call, when someone pops up, their photo is there. And people can switch their photos and things like that. But I also use another software to where it's their photo comes up and they're in a green room. Their photo, like what I'm looking at, is kind of grayed out. And if you're running a show, if you click the wrong button, something can come up. That person's photo can be there. That person's picture can be there. That was a person that was in a call queue. Now, was that the actual person who had fallen asleep? I don't know. Was that a photo that person put up? I don't know. But I talked about this thing in show, real time. That person had gone from trolling me on one platform to where a woman was even like, who is that person? I was like, don't worry about him. He calls all the time. I announced that. It's still up now. She's like, well, I didn't know what to do. I was like, just don't pay me any attention. And I talked about it. Then as I get on to the next part, this person comes up and I'm like, oh, this person's back again. And when I clicked it off, I think nothing of it. I wake up and it's everywhere. It's purposely, deliberately taken out of context to perpetuate a narrative, to smear a Black man with being gay. So what I'm going to say is this, where's the LGBT community in this? Because it's up there for anybody who wants to see it. And are we actually saying that if I were, and if people, the funny thing is, Vlad, if people really thought I was gay, they wouldn't be coming at me like this. Because they'd have to deal with that very LGBT community. They'd have to deal with that community. So by the fact that they're coming after me this way, they know they don't think that. But you can't play both ways.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I've had gay rumors. I mean, I almost feel like that's a sign of making it. Like, you haven't really made it unless someone comes out and claims that you're gay.
Well,
it just is what it is.
But you know, it's one. I mean, and like I said, in this whole cancel culture, you know, people are having to go back to apologize for tweets they made 12 years ago, when it was okay to even say something like this on South Park or a movie or this and that. When you actually have people with platforms, media outlets, blog sites running with a story like this. This was mentioned on a popular morning show. Who hurt him? Does he like men or like women? Like, so we play like this with people's brand and sexuality for what? All of this because I'm saying truths that men agree with. And you may not like my point of view, but to sit there and do the very thing you're saying that I should not do is hypocritical.
Now, Vlad said, I feel like, he said he'd been called gay, which he more than likely is. But he said, I feel like you haven't made it until you've been called gay. I've been called gay plenty of times, but I don't have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I've had plenty of channels that's been deleted because I make the pale-faced man look at himself as a homosexual. They keep on trying to shift the narrative and put more of us in the view, like on poles, like a Billy Porter and the T-Rexes on poles. They keep trying the Pride. I did not know. Sorry. Well, Empire, Lee Daniels, Tyler Ferry. They want to make the narrative change and make it look like it's the brother man that is the sissy of the planet when it's them. And see, I've never let them get around that. So by me never letting them get around that, I'm the enemy all the time. But when you don't put the foot down on them beasts and make the world know, you know, they are the sissies of the planet. They are the greatest rapists on the planet. They are the greatest child molester on the planet. They are the greatest homosexual on the planet. You don't say that to them, they okay with you. This is why you can end up on YouTube with 1 million subscribers. Because again, you won't get that if YouTube don't want you to. It's not all because your content is so wonderful and so great. Your content can be used by YouTube because it fits the narrative that they want to put out there. They want a sissified brother to be able to sit in front of the camera and talk to us. They don't mind that. They don't mind him being a matchmaker and some people getting married. That's cool with them because of Kevin Samuels' advice or what have you. They don't mind that. You know, they like that because he is not a masculine figure sitting there blazing on cave women and blazing on these sissified pale faces. He allows our sisters to talk about their dysfunction that they've been taught by pale face women, the real bitches of this society. Not the sisters, the real bitch of the society is the pale faced 2-legged dog, female. Oh, that is the leader of the pack when it comes down to female thought process in America. And see, he don't deal with where it comes from. The root of the problem is not the sister. It's the training that she received. It's how her mind perceived Little Red Riding Hood. It's how her mind perceived all the nursery rhymes from back in the day. It's how her mind perceived Cinderella. Yeah, it's how her mind perceived monogamy only. It's how our mind perceives having a so-called man, a boyfriend, what have you. These things were taught in school to us by pale faces. And the beginning of that teaching came from pale-faced women in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. My kindergarten teacher was a pale face. My first grade teacher was a pale-faced woman. I'm talking about women. My second grade teacher was a pale-faced one. Third grade was a black Miss Day. Fourth grade teacher, another pale face, this time with a humpback. That happens throughout much of society in America. The pale-faced woman is left to teach the children. Yeah, that's the way they done it. And it's not just her talking and teaching out of a textbook. Her energy also is going to be spread throughout the class. And her energy has never been to tell the truth to us. Because if she was a truth teller, she wouldn't have been sending us home every year with lies painted in pictures about the pilgrims and Indians getting lost. She wouldn't have been telling them lies and reinforcing those lies. You see? She wouldn't have been reinforcing Santa Claus, knowing it was a damn lie. See, the pale-faced woman has been used to reinforce white supremacist thought process. And we as men don't know all the way of how a sister or a young girl is going to grow up and perceive that in her mind, because we both live in the same America, but we don't perceive America being male and female the same way, because they don't pursue the sister in a physical sense like they pursue the brother. So we see it a little differently, those of us that can see. But for those of us that cannot see, we have not seen the gay innuendos the pale-faced man has put forth for so long on the planet. He's happy to be able to have somebody sitting down talking to us, and it's not him. A brother man sitting down talking to us, and he's in a Greek fraternity. They like that. They love that. We don't. Where's our fraternities though? Where's the so-called brother or sister fraternity? All the fraternities and sororities are pale-faced. Greek, when you talking about Greek, you talking about sissies all the way live. You ain't talking about masculinity. You talking about sissies. When you get to talking about Greek fraternities, these are men who deal with each other. Men who have little boys as consorts. Men who grew up having boys as lovers, and women just for breeding. This is Greek mythology. This is Greek thought process. I've even heard Kevin Samuels talking about some nonsense like that. Oh, that was a time when men just had young boys. Really, women is just in the way, and they just eating up the damn food. We'd have more of everything if there wasn't no women around. Kevin Samuels said that. We'd have more women, more things to share among ourselves if we didn't have to share it with women. What kind of nonsense is that? See, this is why people like that can get 1 million viewers on YouTube, because YouTube loves the fact that a man can sit down and say, well, hey, as men, we wouldn't have to even deal with y'all. If we didn't have to deal with y'all, we have more for ourselves. That's the pale-faced man's thought process, because they always been sissies. They always call their wife the old ball and chain, the old lady. She could be 25. Old country white boy, man, I'm going home to see my old lady. I'm going home to be my old lady right now, my old lady. Damn, ain't you less than 30 and you already calling your woman an old lady? The ball and chain, the Al Bundy thought process. I can't stand my wife. It's the bedrock baby thought process. The caveman busting a woman upside the head. They don't love no woman. They like rape, torture. This is the pale-faced man way of doing things. And they really don't like women. That's why you see pale-faced men pushing the LGBT community, pushing a man with a dress on. These television shows that have Tyler Perry on, dressed like Madea, we wouldn't see them. We wouldn't see them movies if the pale-faced man didn't put it on TV. That's his television. Am I lying? That's his damn television. He puts on what he wants. So when you see an onslaught of men, brothers, dressed in dresses, it's only because the pale-faced man wants that to be. If he was a straight man that did not like that, since he's executive producers of most of these TV shows, if he was a straight man that was against all that, you wouldn't see it. Now, if I'm lying, put a 2. If I'm lying, let me form a question. If the pale-faced man didn't like to see men in dresses, it wouldn't be on TV. Put a 1 in the chat if that's correct, and put a 2 in the chat if you don't believe that. I don't see no numbers yet. Let me say it again. All right, chosen one got it. He got it. If the pale-faced man, okay, there you go. There go the numbers. They're starting to pop up now. So, if the pale-faced man, remember YouTube is an extension of TV because more of the actors aren't there anymore like they used to be. Back in, I think, the 90s or 2000s or something, they had a problem, a rift with the main actors. They wanted to get paid more, and they didn't want to keep paying them as much money as they was paying them. So then came all the reality shows, which ain't no damn reality because you know you got a camera in your face, you're only going to do so much. And then when you get ready to scrap, they're going to be right there to stop you. And they encourage you to fight anyway. It's not reality. It's a damn lie. The pale-faced man won't show reality. So the television shows are created and produced by these pale faces for the most part. And again, y'all already put the ones in the chat. So you know I'm not lying. So this is why, again, you have room for Kevin Samuels. It's not that we need a Kevin Samuel to sit down and talk to sisters. We don't. We don't. But YouTube does. The pale-faced man, he needs a brother to sit down and do what Kevin Samuels does. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made the avenue for him. He needs that. He wants that to be a part of his network. You see? Now, a straight man like myself that don't like pale faces, that's going to point out the little things that pale-faced men and women do to get us to act the way we acting today? Hell no. Because of course, that'll be destroying their brand, right? I understand the process. I get how they work. I wouldn't let me do it either. Because if the pale-faced man let me get all the way in there, I'm going to continue what I'm saying now. And he's going to continue to fall and crumble. And I really don't give a damn about saying that on this platform. Because I ain't out here to make millions of dollars. I'll take whatever I'm given in the cash app. But at the same damn time, see, I have something to offer because I got a book that I wrote that confirms the things I said about the pale face. Being homosexual, being lesbian, being transgender, being into bestiality. It's right here. And I have my own music. So I have things offer. I ain't just out here just talking. And the things I have to offer are an extension of the truth. They don't want that to get out either. Let me tell you, I was going to be invited to sing in Chicago at the House of Blues, do my music. A sister that was a Facebook friend of mine years ago, she said, Brother Dawa, me and my father, we sing jazz at the House of Blues. I said, okay, wonderful. I'm going to mention to them, brother, that you need to be singing there too. Your music is awesome. And I said, well, thank you very much. Now, I was living in Chicago, and she went and mentioned me to them, and I didn't hear nothing from her for about a year. I'm like, damn, whatever happened to the sister? She just dropped off. She don't even talk to me no more. Then she hit me up a year later. Brother, I want to talk to you. What's your phone number? In the inbox on Facebook. So I gave her my number. She said, brother, remember when I said I was going to get you in the House of Blues? I said, yeah. She said, well, I wasn't playing. I wasn't lying. I wasn't trying to deceive you. I set everything up. I tried to. But when I mentioned you, they already knew you. And they said, oh, no. Who? Dawa Israel? Oh, no. I mean, his music is great. We love it. But we can't have him here because he may intimidate or scare some of the other people that come to the House of Blues. This is a real true story. My music is good enough to be sang. It's live music. They love live music, of course. I got all my own original lyrics and everything. They wanted to hear me, but not the way I was singing and not the way I talk. You see what I'm saying? I can't be bought because I'm here doing something the Creator sent me to do. I can't be bought by these pale faces. This is why I'm not on YouTube and have a big name. This is why they kill so many of my channels. And I still keep appearing because I'm not a quitter. I have a mission to do. You see, that's what the real deal is. What's my estimate of the men in America, in black and in America who are homosexuals? I don't have an estimate. I'll just say the energy of the black males shows that the majority, I say the majority of us, 75% of us, are have the attitude that as long as you don't bring the gay stuff over here, I'm good. Don't bother me with it. Most brothers don't even want to talk about it. They don't want to go into what's done by these sissies, even though they sit up and watch porn. Hell, when you watching pornos, you seeing a man's butt, you seeing his penis. It's gay as hell to me to sit up and watch porn. But a lot of brothers will sit up and watch porn, but they won't talk about issues of homosexuality in the community. And a lot of brothers today are much more homosexual and effeminate than they were when I was a young boy. That I do know. I don't have a percentage right off the top. No, I do not. But I know from doing the work I've been doing and pushing my book and going on radio shows, countless radio shows over the years. The most men that call into them shows when I was talking against gays were speaking against me. The majority of them has something to say negative toward me. And these are brothers. Peter Wentz, that sounds like a white boy. Sound like a pale face. Take a guess, a range. I already did. Go back and listen to the tape. I already said a range. I gave 2 ranges. But what's the percentage of pale-faced men that are homosexuals and that play with dildos, that make dildos, that are raping little boys in the Catholic Vatican, that are raping little boys as Boy Scout leaders, that are in the North American Man Boy Love Association? Let's get them numbers up, Peter Wentz. Peter Wentz, let's get those numbers up. Put those numbers up. How many men take their sons, white men, take their sons to the Catholic Church knowing the Catholic priests are gay as hell? How many pale-faced men drop their sons off in the woods with pale-faced sodomites that have become Boy Scout leaders under Obama's administration? Let's get those numbers up, Peter Wentz. Take a guess at that. Take a guess at that, Peter. Take a wince at that. Take a wince at that, Peter. You couldn't be no brother with the last name Wentz. See, the pale-faced man. I don't know if y'all can see this. Well, let me just pull it up. I'll just pull it up here. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Now, y'all see this? The delectable Negro, human consumption and homoeroticism within slave culture. Huh? The delectable Negro, human consumption and homoeroticism within slave culture. It talks about how so many pale-faced slave masters were so into the bodies of brothers. Even there is some writings from Frederick Douglass, and he talked about how he had to learn how to talk like the pale-faced man talked. So the pale-faced man would look into up here in his face and not be looking at his chest and his butt and his penis. Because see, back then, they didn't have cameras. So the pale-faced man could just be himself, a flaming homosexual that wanted to lay down with the brother, especially one that was a masculine one. He wanted to break him, and they would do buck breaking on the plantation. Them pale faces would buck break men on the plantation, and they had no shame because the pale-faced man is a raging homosexual. He loves duty. When he gets mad, he says shit. You're thinking about poop, your booty, you boo-boo out of your butt. That's where S-H-I-T comes from. When he gets mad, oh shit. Thinking about doodle, thinking about defecation. His mind is sick and twisted. He's a gump, punk. Then they'll be saying, what's up your ass? Thinking about going up somebody's ass. When he recognized somebody may be angry, that's a man. What's up your ass? Then he get mad at a man. Up your ass. Think about going up in the anus. It's the homosexual language of the pale-faced man. He is a gump by nature. It's all in his lingo. They say stuff like, well, you know, I'm going to go out and dick the dog for a while since I ain't got nothing else to do. Bestiality in his nature, in his mind, and he really does those things. Yeah, he's a sick, diseased, sexually degenerate freak sitting up making dildos. What kind of man makes dildos and you got women? The pale-faced man makes dildos. What kind of man makes blow-up dolls, goddammit, and you have women? The pale-faced man does. He's a whole biatch on the planet. Chaos Rain wants to come on. Let me add you to the screen, bro. Go ahead and speak on speaking. Now you're in the doctor. You're live stream live at the same time. All right, brother. An extension from my television show.
Okay.
How you doing, brother? Speak on it. I've been on your show plenty of times, right?
Yes, man. They should check out the last stream on my channel. I just upload. Let's check it out. But what's good, brother? I'm not staying long. I've noticed this is my first time popping up on your actual live stream, and I noticed you put in a lot of information out there, and people should support and get the book because the book had very decent information that is really relevant. You know, besides all the information about the agenda. You get me? If you remember, Dawan, Marbury wrote a book called The Effeminization of the Black Male back almost roughly 17 going 18 years ago, back in November of 2003. And he did a critical analysis with some data, some information, some historical data that shows that this been around and this agenda has been around for a long, long time. You get me? And it's proven that they use it now as shame tactics to heterosexual men. Well, I've noticed. This is what I noticed when they try to talk about true things about homosexuality in its entirety. You know, remember the text? You remember the text you got on yourself when you released that book over a decade ago? I mean, actually, my fault. 9 years ago, because it came out in 2012. My fault. My math is wrong. But how you were getting attacked on that, saying why are you worried about when they go in the bedroom? But now when they talk about either the opposite sex or the same sex, now they're saying, oh, you must be this. I mean, people gotta make up their mind at the end of the day. Do you like it or not? There's no fucking in between. That's why I'm taking people seriously. At the end of the day, that what I said personally, that the black community does not give a fuck about homosexuality. I called out, I seen it, I see how this community is behaving and how they're moving. And it's evident that they only use it when it suits them. But regardless, as say, cut off people that are gay in society, they will never do it.
That's right, brother.
So, you know, we could continue to entertain this as long as we can. But then there is a people's decision. Either you like it, you support it, or not. That's it. And how you move and how you go about from the social media to people voice their opinion, it lets me know that you're confined, you're down with it, and you have no problem with it. So at the end of the day, once you see them get power, which they already got full power now in the Western America, all of you see move forward is pretty much destruction. Don't cry about it. You accept it. You liked it. So now that you have like artists getting, I guess, canceled, talking about it, and they go on their knees and want to beg to get their seat position, I say, why you want to go back in bed? You made your decision. You should be comfortable, move on with your life, and make music. You get me?
Yes, sir.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a choice. Now, right. Either you're down with it or you're not.
Exactly.
There's no gray area. And I tell people many times that these people, the reason why these people are so strong is because they stay in their convictions. They bound together with the help of other Europeans because, you know, this is their nature, you know, homosexuality, fucking ass.
Right.
So at the end of the day, what outcomes you trying to see out of this? You know, as a person that has a problem now that they got so much power, now you want to make a pushback or you want to defend it or don't defend it. I mean, you can't do it. You can't do it because they already got the strength already, not only from the system to protect them, but they got the little numbers to even back it more because they're in certain positions of institutions. You get me? And here's another thing, Darwin. Did you catch that? I know we never talked about this on my show a month ago. Did you ever catch what they call it when they had this song that was circling on YouTube? How about they're gonna convert your children?
Yeah, I saw that.
Now, mind you, they said that was like a little funny thing, little humor thing. But I'm looking at saying, look how much pushback a lot of people caught that, and they were very much up in arms. But
Right.
think about this. Why would they get so bold to make a song say we're gonna do and you're not gonna do nothing about it? Because they already know they already got the strength and the institution protecting them. That's it. And then
Fact.
all that they now come in bold say this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue it, and they beg you to stop them. They know they're not gonna, people not gonna stop them because let's be honest, a lot of people depend on the system. They still send their children to these schools, charter, public, etc., because they are conformed to the system already.
Yep.
Black people are not ready to really do what's necessary for themselves or better outcomes. So at the end of the day, Kevin Samuels, whether people talk to him or not, he's only one tool of many men that our people are already comfortable with for some time now.
Yep.
They have in their families, relatives, best friends. And I always ask, are you willing to cut off your friends that's gay? Sisters? I can't speak about the men, because most men nowadays, you think about it, a lot of them got like, them type of friends on the average. If you're in your right state of mind, if you're heterosexual, you will not have these type of friends. You get me? Correct?
Yep.
So the women gotta really have to look up and check themselves, saying, all right, do I accept this? Do I sit there disconnect? I mean, you have to answer these questions and answer them now, because your silence is your conformity, and that's all
Right.
I'm gonna say. Yeah, yeah. Silence is conformity at the end of it. So
Exactly.
it is what it is. So like I said, I just came up here to voice my little opinion. Like I said, you do your content the best you can. You put information, you be just, fair, and you just lay it out and let people figure it out. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not gonna be always doing this forever, but people must understand as time winds down, it's gonna come to a point now that you're not saying much anyway. So now what's gonna happen? You're gonna feel what we call the rapture. You get me? The true rapture.
Mm-hmm.
This shit they talk about in the Bible and the scripture and all this nonsense. Say now we gonna find the rapture. You get me? So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly, bro. You done, bro?
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right, brother. I appreciate you calling in. This is brother here. I said when I said I was on plenty of shows, blog talk radio shows. You can catch him. Chaos Rain, just as the name is. Chaos Rain. You can catch the brother blog talk show. Just go to the internet, type in blog talk Chaos Rain. You can hear me in the archives for years if the show's still up. And I always had to argue with brothers because I was trying to get brothers to see that this homosexual thing was taking over and that this pale-faced man was pushing us to be sissies. Oh, they argue with me. It was ridiculous. Asking me questions about, oh, is you gay? Man, what you keep talking about this for? Why you worried about booty holes? And just a bunch of childish nonsense. Brothers have been made into delectable Negroes. Yeah, ready to be chewed up by the paleface. Then don't even recognize that this paleface will eat you literally. In the delectable Negro, it talked about how Nat Turner, when they got hold of him, oh my goodness, the homoeroticism was through the roof. They boiled this man, boiling down into an oil. People was afraid to take castor oil because they thought it was Nat Turner's oil. They took his skull. Of course, they took his penis. Yeah, because pale-faced men, they'll keep your penis. You see, Jeffrey Dahmer had, when they found Jeffrey Dahmer, this flaming homosexual of the Midwest, the chocolate factory boy, working in the chocolate factory. This sissified punk, gump, Anglo-Saxon homo had 2 preserved penises when they bust up in his damn house. I mean, this is what it is. There's a lot of homosexual energy in the world today. And yeah, I do support the Irritated Genie. I watched the Irritated Genie do a show called The Feminization of the Black Male years ago. And he showed clips from the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom. And I was like, wow, I had never seen that before. I was taken aback, floored at what I saw. There was a scene in the movie about this white man that had little black boys that he was selling. He was glistening them, their bodies all up to sell them to pale face slave masters that wanted a young boy to molest. I would show the clip, but it's too graphic, and people would probably say, YouTube would get mad and flag the video, and say I was showing nudity of boy children and whatever they. You can't use these tools anymore for teaching, even though they've done it. We can't do it because if we do it, then it's a problem. Now here come Peter Wentz. The problem is that Irritated Genie, he worked for the Department of Homeland Security. Well, I worked in the Army. I spent 4 years in the pale-faced man's army. What you got to say about that? Because see, the only reason why a brother could work in Homeland Security is because the pale-faced man needs us. The little punk can't do it all by himself. That's the reason why we're in his army, his navy, his air force, and his marines, because he's a biatch. He can't fight these wars by himself. This little punk needs help. So don't come telling me nothing. Oh, well, he was in Homeland Security. Barack Obama's half-breed, funky, stank ass was the president of the greatest gang in the world, the United States Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, ran by pale-faced generals. So many pale-faced generals compared to, I think the last time I looked, it's about 270 pale-faced generals, only to about 30 brothers or neuro-melanated generals. So don't come talking to me nothing about, well, see, the problem is that he works for Homeland Security. We got black police officers because you punk ass pale faces can't get in there and be police officers on your own. You little biatches need our help. You made the first police officers on plantations, Peter Wentz. You made the first police officers on plantations because your bitch ass couldn't capture us by yourself, you and them horses. Get up, yeah. You couldn't do it all by yourself, bitch. So you had to get us. You can't do nothing by your damn self. You's a whole punk. How about that, Peter Wentz? Cross my finger. No, cross your goddamn finger. Peter Wentz. Take them out your butt. Peter Wentz. I love when you pale faces come on and disguise yourself. You don't really tell that you a pale face because you're a coward. See, you hate to see men like me because see, we the ones who like fell through the cracks. Why I gotta tell you where I was stationed at? Why I gotta tell you when I joined the Army? I was in Bravo Company 3187, and I was under, guess who? David Petraeus. Yeah. So think about when you go back and do some research, Peter Wentz, find out when David Petraeus was the commander of the brigade at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, the 187 Brigade. Go back and do your damn research and find out. Then you'll know when I was in the military. But I was at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I went to the Jungle Operations Training Center in Panama for 3 weeks with you pale-faced punks. And you pale-faced punks took all of us into the hood of Panama, into a whorehouse. That's what you pale-faced biatches do. And it was under David Petraeus's watch. Yeah, David Petraeus that later on became the CIA director. Yeah, I know him personally. Don't try to come at my credentials, biatch. Do your research, Peter Wentz. I love dealing with you pale-faced punks because you're wimps. Why don't you come on the line, Peter Wentz? Now you want to know why'd you go. Look here, Peter. No more, I'm not going to entertain you no more till you bring your ass into the chat. I mean, into, just like Chaos Rain did. No more of your questions will be answered till you come on in and present yourself. You pale faces love to come on and try to change the narrative of the conversation, because that's what you do. You love to do that. If you don't come in, then you shut the hell up, because I'm going to ignore you from here on out. You don't get a chance to come on here and run the damn questions and ask me a million questions and all this. I got to verify this and verify that to you. Who the hell are you? You just a pale-faced boy on the computer, a wimp. Like it's so many of y'all wimps. I bet you probably make dildos too. Anybody else want to come on and talk? Because Peter Wentz is a wimp. He's just a pale-faced boy that don't like the kind of talk that I speak. He don't like what I'm saying. One of them undercover keyboard warriors for the pale face. You know what I'm saying? Probably work for Homeland Security your damn self. You probably CIA, FBI, one of them little bitches. But none of you scare me though. If I had fear, Peter, I wouldn't be here. Know that. Okay? Now you're done with. Anybody else want to come on and speak on this? Because I'm about ready to. Let me see. I came on at 5. If anybody else don't want to come on and speak, my Cash App has been placed in the link. If you want music, let me know you want music, and I'll be glad to get you the music. I'll put it out tomorrow for you if you come on and pay. You want the whole collection of music I made, over 40 original songs of my own, $25 in the Cash App, and you'll get all of them. Again, they're original songs of my own. Nothing you've heard on the radios, because pale faces didn't want to play it on the radio. Because they didn't want no straight man like me to get no honor, no prestige, and they didn't want nobody listening. If you want a book, I'm selling my books that were $20. I'm selling them for $15 now, $10 for the book, $5 for shipping and handling. So it's up to you, family. Thank you all that have ordered. Thank you all that have hit the Cash App. I appreciate you. Always will. Everything is, it's good that I'm not just asking for money. I have something to give you. So you're not just giving me something freely and, just be able to watch me walk off into the sunset somewhere with some white bra later on, like some have done. The book is worth a great deal and more. I do appreciate that. Family, get the music is great. I do appreciate that too. All right, family, I'm going to give you about 5 more minutes for somebody to come on and speak your piece. We were talking about Kevin Samuels and the reason why I do believe that he is a driving force on YouTube, and it's because he is effeminate and he fits the narrative that YouTube wants to have out here, a chocolate covered pale face thought process brother who is out to to speak the way the pale face master wants him to speak. And that is not against them. You have to drop the stream yard. What that mean? Have to drop the stream yard. What do you mean? Okay, I dropped it before. I'm gonna drop it one more time. Here is the link, family. If you want to come on, you want to be a part of this particular show, you want to speak on it, there is the link. You are listening to, watching the Yah is Real Hour, an extension of my television show in Chicago, Illinois, on YouTube now. If you want to be a part of this here, history in the making, there is the link in the chat. Click on the link. You can come on and speak your piece, whether you agree or disagree. Whatever your position is, you're allowed to state that position on this platform. Y'all asked for the link to be dropped, so it's been dropped. So I'm waiting. Let me sit back for a second. Well, time is ticking. I'll give you about 2 more minutes to click on, family, and I'm going in. I'm not into doing 4-hour shows and all of that. Mm-mm. No, we're not doing that over here. Just know, family, that masculinity from a brother is not what the pale-faced man wants to see on television, on YouTube, on any of these platforms. They don't even want to hear us sing in a masculine voice or with a masculine energy, or if they did, it would be all over the radio. Instead, they have very effeminate rappers who are emotional as hell, who always talk about destroying their own community. This is what the pale-faced man wants to put on the radio, because if he had strong, positive voices from brothers, he would not put it on the radio, because that would uplift us and give us strength and courage. And he doesn't want us to have that. He wants us to be fearful so that he can conquer us with his vampiristic spirit. All right, family. I'll give you enough time. Nobody clicked on, so I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I'm going to say to you, family, brother man get you a sister, sister get you a brother. Drop the other, both of you. I want to thank you all that came out. This has been one of the highest numbers shows that I've done, right under show I did about Pharaoh. So the channel is building, even though YouTube is trying to stop it. from building. And they may cut me off again, but I'm going to get me a website and I'll be able to do what I do on the website, uninterrupted, unadulterated. And then I can really go in and say what I want to say. And I have a spot on the website. You can go to the music, listen to it, sample it. And then if you decide you want to purchase it, there you have your free will to do so. And I can ship it out to you. As long as we are able to do so within this pandemic of these pale faces. Because I am not outside of the reality that we're living in the midst of the mark of the beast. And the beast is this pale-faced monkey. And they pushing this shot on the world and lying to the world about it. We're going to have to talk about that too. That'll probably be my next broadcast. I'll talk about the jab, the shot, and how so much is coming out now that these pale faces have been lying. As usual, because pale faces speak with a forked tongue any damn way. They are the devil on the planet, the blue-eyed devil, green-eyed devil, the gray-eyed devil, and in some cases, the brown-eyed devil. These pale faces encompass and embody everything a devil could. They're hell babies. They even smell like sulfur. And sulfur is the stone that's in hell, and it's called brimstone. Brimstone and sulfur have the same damn smell. You're living in hell on earth with these hell babies, and they even had a Hellenistic period. They know they're hell's children. It's time for us to let them know that, though. Huh? So until you see me again, may the Most High take care of you and yours, my sisters and brothers. Peace.